Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 17 of Gracefall, Hot Spring City. Who's your least favorite Gen 1 Pokemon? Say it in chat. Last time, the crew made another animal friend, made several more animal friends in the form of an ice beaver named Frostbite, and several metal-faced monkeys, kind of Dr. Doom monkeys, sitting in hot springs, metal hot spring monkeys.
Objectively better than half of Gen 1 Pokemon. Just saying.
Right? Where's my ice beaver, Pokemon Company? I got my ice hedgehog or whatever Sandslash is.
This game will stop being a commentary on capitalism and start just being a new Pokemon game.
Wynne's already half a Pokemon trainer. She has a starter, like...
What do you mean half?
She's a full... She might be a gym leader, actually. She's got, like, the uniform and...
She's already got several Pokemon. She's just carried them around with her. I say that as a joke, but I would legitimately be delighted if that's what this game became.
Well, hold on. We've established that Cork is a legendary Pokemon, so Claire's got a legendary.
Yeah.
Clangley's about to get his homunculus. So
yeah, Clangley. So, Issa, you just have to adopt the Ice Beaver or something.
And I have a gun.
the elusive gun-type Pokemon.
You fought in the war with Lieutenant Surge.
Let's see. We got the makings of every great Pokemon game. We got cute animals, a dude, man-made horrors beyond comprehension, and a gun.
That's literally Blastoise, Charizard, Venusaur, and Mewtwo.
Yeah, this is going to be
that's literally
Pokemon Scarlet Violet or whatever. It's just this.
All right. Anyways, let's get back to actually playing Dungeons and Dragons.
Pokemon.
Maybe.
Wait, we play Dungeons and Dragons here?
Debatable. It's very debatable on this channel.
Occasionally.
So, at the end of the episode, the crew decided that this is where they'd set up camp, and started to do so. The night passes uneventfully, and in the morning...
He knows he can't spring a trap on us because two of us don't sleep.
Yes. In the morning, can I get perception checks, please?
Oh, great.
Oh, right, I need dice.
Oh, wow, that's a natural 1 on my first roll of the game. That's a good omen.
Got it out of the way. It's only going to be 20s from here on out.
I'm testing this dice.
17.
17.
Got a 17.
Excellent.
I'm usually perceptive there.
Oh, okay.
He's not going in jail yet. He made one mistake. It's fine.
You got to let him rehabilitate.
No.
That's right.
He also rolled a 20 during one of my test rolls. So
okay, so... Claire and Wynne, kind of as you're looking around, it takes you a second as you're still adjusting to the new landscape, but there's an extra hot spring that was not here before.
Cool. Can Claire make an Arcana check?
Sure.
If this is some magic bullshit, then she's all over it. But if it's some natural bullshit, then she's wary. Oh, shit. That's a 22.
Okay.
He's aware of this bullshit. There is indeed some bullshit going on here.
I just gotta sniff out that bullshit.
Okay. So Claire is making an Arcana check. Wynne, would you like to do anything?
I guess I'll make a nature check.
Okay.
See what's going on. Wow. 8. I don't know what's going on.
Okay. So, yeah, 8, not so much. But with Claire's looking around, yeah, you don't... It's not necessarily something innately magical. Like, no one cast a spell to do this. But it's... So it's not like an illusion or anything like that. But looking at it, it's clearly not natural either. So it's possible it's... I'm trying to think of how to... It's not... You don't think it's an illusion, and it's not naturally occurring. I'll say that.
So something made this.
In a manner of speaking, yes.
Do we see a line of iron-faced monkeys passing buckets back and forth?
No, but there is one iron-faced monkey in the spring, and it's just kind of like deadly staring ahead.
Claire's gonna like tap Wynne on the shoulder and be like, I think something's wrong with that monkey.
Hang on. Wynne is going to cast Speak with Animals.
Okay, perfect.
Sort of not going right next to it, but like a little further away. She'll go, hey buddy, what's going on? Where'd this hot spring come from?
It opens its mouth, and just garbled noise comes out of it. Like, it's not a beast. The other hot spring monkeys are like, they're still, hanging out, and they're kind of like eyes like above the water, and they yell to you when it's not okay.
Oh no. Wynne will turn back to Claire and be like, I don't think this is a real monkey.
One of these things is not like the other things.
Do I get anything from the monkey from that Arcana check?
Yeah, so like looking at it and getting a little closer, you're not close enough to do, but like using the Arcana and your perception, kind of looking at it, the monkey like ceases to be underwater. Like, you can't see a bottom half of it.
By now, our Clangley and our lovely Goblin artificer, Issabel. I'm sorry, it's been a while. Are they aware of what's going on?
That's up to. I mean, you can see Claire and Wynne are clearly discussing something.
I'm really sorry about that, Jay. I can't believe I forgot.
Brains don't always brain goodly.
Thank you.
All right, it's time for some experimentations. Claire is going to cast Mage Hand. Not touching it directly because she knows better than that. But
Claire
she's gonna like take.
Sorry.
She's gonna take a stone, and she's gonna like drop it into the hot springs.
Okay. Dink of Doom.
So you go and you try and put the rock into the hot springs, and it just hits the top of the water, and it doesn't sink. It just sits there like it's a solid surface. And the water kind of ripples like it's made of jello.
She's gonna drop 2 more stones in there first to confirm the results. Second, she's gonna take one of her glass vials and then Mage Hand to try to like scoop up some of the water.
Okay, yeah, it's like trying to scoop up jello.
Does it slurp?
It's just kind of, but it's like Jello with resistance. Like it's like you can't really slurp it. Like you can like push up against it. It's like rubber. It's like kind of a plasticky rubber.
Huh. Can she scrape at it? Try to get like any sample from this.
As you do, the hot spring snaps shut around your mage hand like it's like a Venus flytrap. And then it spits out the vial. It spits out the vial.
Claire screams and like skitters back as far away as she can possibly get.
Clangley is already contemplating violence.
Yeah, I think Wynn's gonna go flip through her little notebook and see if there's anything going on in there.
Okay, yeah. Give me a nature check.
Okay.
I cast detect bullshit, by which I mean detect magic.
So casting detect magic. This is a creature. It's not any kind of magical spell.
15 for my nature again.
Okay, yeah.
Found a gelatinous spring.
It's, you think, there's not necessarily an entry on this thing, but it is kind of the thing where it's like, okay, you're kind of reading real fast, you're skimming. Yeah, the monkey is like clearly some kind of like dangler fish for the hot spring trap, and it's like some kind of Venus flytrapper elemental thing. You do think this is an elemental creature?
I'm just gonna set up some caution tape.
I mean, I think the thing can move, so... Because it wasn't there last night.
It was not there last night. It moved in since this morning.
Well, it's alive. I don't want to go around, smiting things willy-nilly, but it's rather unsettling.
Maybe we don't antagonize the giant hot spring trap.
Gonna agree with you on that one.
Want
Rope
to
it off
scare it
until
off
it
then?
moves.
I mean, we can't let it just chill here, I don't think. But I also, it doesn't seem like a good idea to try and move it in a way.
Rope it off until it moves.
That's what I
figure out where it went tomorrow. Rope it off again.
Okay, well, I mean, I'm starting to see the flaw with this plan.
Gonna keep moving until we either chew it off or just tell it to not bother us.
All right, let's just keep walking.
Please.
Oh, crap. I gotta pull up my map.
Oh, good.
Sorry, Andy, we dodged your encounter.
Oh, you didn't have to. I mean, that's okay. Hold on.
Did we?
Yeah.
Did
I could
we?
also just have it attack. I mean.
Yeah, I was kind of waiting for it to attack.
Same.
I just need my map. Okay. So, then my question is, are you... I know. Nope, that's not right. How do I zoom in? That's it. Okay. So, you're here. Do you want to move camp, set up somewhere else, or just wait this thing out? Move around. I mean, yeah. So what do you want? I just want to be clear. Are you moving camp, or are you just going away for a little bit?
This seems like the prime place for this settlement, right?
I mean, you have hot springs, nice. You have land that seems pretty suitable for farming nearby. You have a freshwater spring built in. It's a pretty good camp. It's not too far from the ocean, It's not too far from the Ice Beaver River. It's pretty close to the mountains. Like, it's a pretty good expedition spot.
Problem is that there's a big gelatinous fly trap
Right.
waiting to kill us.
I mean, it doesn't. Oh, God, I don't like being near these things, but it doesn't seem like it would try to kill us if we didn't touch it.
Yeah, that is always the issue with wildlife, isn't it?
I mean, I know that some people take don't touch it as a challenge, but maybe we could all just agree to be cool about it for the sake of our lives.
I'm not touching that thing.
Let everyone know if you want to get into a hot spring, throw a rock at it first and make sure it's actually a hot spring.
We're gonna run out of rocks, but that seems like for a good short-term solution.
No, it spit out the thing it couldn't eat.
That's true. What if it does eat rocks?
Then we keep it appeased.
We feed it rocks. I've made a new friend.
It's Bart Zorn, yeah.
Gonna throw a rock at it that's red at the top and white at the bottom.
It kind of...
Oh, hey, so we got it?
Yeah, it's apparently weak. It's hungry. It's like Safari. This is Safari Zone. You're throwing rocks. You're throwing bait. You know.
No, I like it's Clangley, and it's like the 4 options are throw rock, throw bait, run away, and throw hands.
But yeah, so the hot spring, like, it kind of settles again, and Wynne, you're probably the only one who notices this at first with your high perception. It is inching closer.
Uh-oh.
And you can see now that it is also closer, you can see that ringed around it are like almost perfectly evenly spaced pointy rocks. Like all around it.
So it has teeth.
It has teeth, yeah.
Oh, their teeth.
Just increasingly troubled whirring coming from Claire's throat.
Don't like this creature. It defies all laws of nature, and quite frankly, I find it incredibly... How is it moving, by the way?
Is it walking on its teeth?
No, now that you've kind of all seen that it's moving, it's like very subtly like creeping, kind of like a worm. Like it's just kind of like undulating a little bit.
Going to go ahead and cast a little bit of fuck around and throw a firebolt, not at it, but in front of it.
Okay.
Maybe just like you stop there.
Like as a warning shot kind of thing. Yeah, it stops. And you can see the dangler monkey, or that's what it is. It's a dangler monkey. But the kind of the trapper monkey, like just like slides across the pool, and like kind of touches where the singe is. But it has like these dead eyes. Like it's just kind of staring off into nothing. It's touching around and it's just staring off into the middle distance where the fire was. And then it kind of inches back and almost like seems like it's communicating with the big hot spring.
How does it know to look like the dangler monkey?
Maybe it just evolved that way, please.
That's terrifying.
I don't want it. I've changed my mind. Let's move camp.
Nature is beautiful.
Very.
And terrifying.
Yeah.
Is this like a primordial mimic? That's oh my god.
Nature is a lot easier to handle when it's dead.
We're
Sometimes.
gonna leave this area, and Clangley marks on his map. It's just like no.
I mean, it's a nice camp. It's nice to have hot springs.
It does have hot springs, but are we sure that the hot springs are entirely water and not gelatinous murder gel?
Pretty sure wherever we go, we're going to find things not, well, like this, but, difficult. Challenges with
true.
which to overcome.
We'll overcome. The only thing we can overcome is if we kill it. And I don't know if we want to go around murdering parts of the ecosystem without first fully understanding it. We just showed up and start murdering everything. It's gotta do that.
To murder it, we just have to figure out how to make it not want to be near us, but still in the greater area.
Nature
Put up a
expert,
big
do you have any
fence.
idea? Sorry, what was that?
I said maybe we just have to put up a really big fence.
Not terrible.
Now you're ranching it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have any uses for this thing?
I don't want to ranch it. I really don't.
Now it's Monster Rancher.
What's that game with you ranch slime?
Yeah.
Rancher?
Yeah, that
Yeah,
one.
it is Slime Rancher, right? Yeah.
I changed my mind. We're playing Slime Rancher.
So now I'm just picturing everyone with cowboy hats now, a big piece of straw, leaning on a fence. It's just this thing in the fence. You can crawl under the fence. It's not really actually, but it's just this is a very funny image.
Listen, as somebody who was grown up around a lot of branches, they would branch this thing and then they would try to run around escaping from it. Because when you're surrounded by nothing but grass, there is nothing better to do.
You're gonna go hot spring tipping. It's gonna be a whole activity.
Exactly.
I didn't even tip a cow. Don't they weigh like 1,000 pounds?
They're very top heavy.
Yeah, it's because they have skinny
so
little
hard.
legs. It's horrible. Don't do that. I mean,
It's also very cruel. I was gonna say.
Yeah, the cows are nice. Don't do that to the
Yeah.
cows.
They didn't do anything to you.
Chickens, on the other hand, they're bastards.
They'll attack you in force until you have no hearts left.
Little dinosaurs with knife faces.
They're basically little dinosaurs. I mean,
We're running out of things to reference here, guys.
no,
we're
I don't
not.
think so.
We're
And then
very.
you have horses, which exist just in open defiance of God.
And they
And
always
they
look like
suffer
they're
greatly
crazy.
for it.
To quote Marty, they always kind of have a crazy look in their eyes. Yeah, so do you want to confront or run?
Claire is very, very much leaning towards her end. She has just been edging towards the ends of camp, and you can hear her groans have stayed at similar volume because they're progressively getting louder, but she's getting farther away from everybody.
Yes, Clangley follows her. He's like, wow, he kind of covers his non-existent ears. Honestly.
Matilda, Emerald, and
I was about to say Bits. Maddie, thoughts?
Maddie's like,
The gang.
just kill it. It's clearly some sort of predator. It's using some kind of lore monkey. It's probably eating a bunch of monkeys. We like the monkeys, right?
What happens if we kill it and 3 more show up?
You worried it has a family?
Yes.
What is that does that? Is that a Hydra? Is that a Hydra that does that? Does this thing look like a Hydra?
I kind of looks at Wynne like, this isn't a Hydra, is it?
I don't know. I don't know what it is.
With your nature check, you're pretty sure it's not a hydra.
Yeah, though it's probably not a hydra. Hydras are sea monsters.
But that has water in it. Well, water.
The gel beast.
As it's gotten closer to you, it's starting like putting off like steam, as if to be like, look what a wonderful hot spring this is. It's so warm. The monkey's like still got that dead-eyed stare, but it's like leaning against like the edge, like, yes, how nice this is.
I think when...
I'm gonna roll a sense motive check.
You would find its posture hungry. It wants to eat you. It's going to be disappointed for two of you.
Well, what happened if Clangley stuck his hand in? Probably a lot of acid damage.
Claire and Clangley don't go down easy, unfortunately.
Though, I mean, if we do have it try to eat Clangley, it might realize that we're not tasty and leave us alone.
Are you seriously suggesting putting me inside of that
This
thing?
is exactly like what we were talking about pre-stream with poisons. It's just the opposite. Instead of you ingesting the poison.
I'm not going to lie, Wynne. I'm a little bit offended.
Yeah, plus
it's
the
for
monkeys have
science.
metal faces. What if he has a taste for it?
Oh, I didn't even consider that.
The animal eats
Finally.
every part.
Clangley takes an old gear out of his bag and just chucks it in.
Okay, so yeah, it quickly chomps at again, kind of chewing. And when it comes up off the ground, you can see like the ground underneath is fine. Like it's a very flat monster. It chews it up, and you kind of, it spits out like a really acid burnt looking gear.
Hey, Claire, I have a new science thing for you. Kind of
No,
just like
no,
picks
no.
up the gear with like some tongs or something. It's like, oh, you don't want it?
Till that thing is dead, I want nothing to do with it.
Okay.
But did you get a great job of cleaning the corrosion off of that little bits of gear, though? Very shiny now.
Yeah, yes, but it also ate the teeth.
Oh, yes. This was a gear and not a bearing, wasn't it?
Yes, now it's just a very large, odd circle.
Bits picks it up and says, "Free bearing." Puts it in his backpack.
Fair enough.
The actual hot spring monkeys have kind of clambered up onto the highest rock in like the middle of all the hot springs, and they're like, no, this is not good.
When maybe the hot spring monkeys know how often this thing comes around. Maybe this is an uncommon occurrence.
And I can ask. So when we'll start ask the monkeys how often this thing comes by.
They say when it's hungry.
How often is that?
Every couple of days. We know it's not safe anymore.
Did it used to not be here?
They say no, it arrived. It's been here since the spring, basically. Like the season, not the thing. It's been here a couple months, though. You can extrapolate. And it ate a couple monkeys, and now they don't. They'll occasionally throw like bananas at it and stuff like that, like fruit, to try and appease it, and it'll usually just get bored and kind of wander off. But it comes back a lot.
Do the monkeys know where exactly it came from, or it just appeared one day?
It just appeared one day, for all they know.
I don't. It's an invasive species. I don't really feel bad for trying to kill it.
Clangley's already like cocks fists.
Am I shooting the water or not?
What do you say, Claire?
Why are you looking at me?
I mean, I thought we were being democratic about it.
Get some good samples out of this. Fine, shoot.
Okay, roll initiative.
Wow.
1, as in 2 minus 1.
Okay, let's see.
I got a 19.
Damn.
Claire's
Anybody beat a
jumpy about it.
19? Yeah.
Nope.
No.
Okay.
Got a 10.
God, usually I have time to look at my spell.
And Wynne, what'd you get?
13.
Okay.
Not have both Thunderwave and Shatter. That feels redundant.
And okay. Up first is Claire.
Right. So as Claire gives like the command to shoot, he's gonna like stick at her hand and like shoot, and like as she does it, a witch bolt comes out of her finger.
Ew.
Good choice.
Natural 20.
Good choice.
Jesus.
I
Okay.
got
Wait a second.
very close to falling off the table and not rolling that. But yeah, no, that's a nat 20.
Because Witch Bolt hits every round, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
So do you get double damage every round?
I had to roll for no damage, though.
I have to pull out my d12s. I never get to fucking use these. Alright, so first damage. That's. Got that.
Okay, so the first, I looked it up. The first damage can crit because there's an attack roll.
Yeah,
The subsequent
second
damage
one,
does
yeah.
not.
Oh, that sucks because I didn't roll very well on that damage.
Well, you get to do it for free until either it dies, you do, or it gets full cover from you.
Sweet.
Or you use your action for anything else.
So that is 9 points of damage for the first round.
Okay.
Claire also kind of like startles herself a little bit with the witch bolt, like, oh god! Didn't exactly realize that was going to happen.
Okay.
I totally meant to do that.
Yep, on purpose.
Okay. Anything else, Claire?
Nope.
Okay.
She is staying planted because she doesn't want to get any closer to this thing than she has to.
The hot spring will creep closer.
How good is that initiative? Damn.
And
Clangley is the closest, technically.
it's going to ask Clangley to make a strength save then.
Oh, well, I mean, I'm at least good at that. 11.
Okay. So you take...
They're gonna swallow me.
No, you take 13 acid damage, and you're knocked 10 feet back and prone as a big watery tendril kind of appears, pulls itself up out of it, and just slams into Clangley.
Okay, I will say this is very cool. 13, you said?
13 acid damage, knocked back 10 feet and prone.
Gotcha.
We're fighting a Zelda mid-boss.
Yes.
Going to hookshot the nucleus out of the amoeba and then just trap it in the corner?
Why would you think to use the item you got in this dungeon? This never worked before.
That gives you the item in the dungeon.
Gonna get an iron mask and we're gonna see what it does.
Turns you into an iron monkey. Going by Zelda logic. Who's after?
After the hot spring is Wynne.
You definitely said it wasn't water, right? It was just scoop.
Right. You don't think it's actually water, yes.
And Wynne will cast Burning Hands, and it has to make a Dex 14 save.
Okay. It will fail.
Haha. Then 8 points of damage.
Okay.
So, like, Wynne's fire just pours out of her hands, and she's like, go away.
Shoot.
Shoot.
Okay. Issa.
We are going to have Paulette show up.
Okay.
Gives you.
Action. I make Paulette and bonus action it at the same turn. It does not say I can't, so I would like it to make a dex save.
$17.
It gets to take half damage.
Okay.
Takes 5 fire damage. There is now a constant stream of fire between us and it, and I like that.
Okay. Okay. The monkey will go.
Well, of course it has a separate action.
That's all you got? Oh, dear.
Let's see. Ooh, not great. 10 to hit Issa.
Nope.
13 to hit Claire.
Should have cast Mage Armor. Yeah, that hits.
Okay.
I also recommend 1 or 2 shield spells. They're good.
The monkey in the center of the pool kind of oozes its way to the front again and picks up 2 of the teeth and throws them, one at Claire and one at Issa. Claire will hit for 6 damage.
Ow. What do I roll for a concentration check again?
You roll a Constitution save, and it has to beat a 10.
Constitution save. Alright, my Constitution ain't bad. Just barely. I got an 11. So that witch bolt is staying.
Okay. And Clangley.
So, would you say this is made out of inorganic material, this creature?
Yes. But no, I mean, it's a monster.
I'm going to cast Shatter. I'll leave it to your discretion whether or not it is disadvantage on the saving throw. Because it seems to be a creature that is kind of fused with the earth. So it's really in that gray area. I'm kind of leaning towards no, that it's not rather that I don't get. I'm leaning towards it doesn't have disadvantage.
I
but
don't
I'm
think
gonna
it
let you
has
decide.
disadvantage. I would say if it was
Okay.
like a stone golem or something like that, yes, but
Yeah,
this
no,
is clearly
fair enough.
an organic creature. It's a weird one, but it's a creature. So it's.
I mean, I'm still gonna cast it because I don't
Yeah.
want to fucking touch that thing.
Shatter's a good spell.
Clangley gets up, like kind of. You think he tries to do like a really edgy get up, but he's kind of like stiff and clumsy and has a dex of 8, so he just kind of stands up and brushes himself off. And he's gonna jog up to it leisurely and clap his hands real loud. And from that clap, a massive sonic boom emerges, and he's going to cast Shatter. Oh, he has sonic booms. He has punch. Yeah, no.
13.
My save DC is 15.
Okay.
So I believe that's 3d8 thunder damage.
Thunder.
Oh, that's real. Well, I mean, that's all right. 15 points of thunder damage.
Okay.
And is there any other effect? No, it's just any creature that is not wearing or carrying anything, is he? Or there's no non-magical objects in the area.
I mean, unless you count the dead-eyed monkey as something it's carrying, but
I don't think it would. I mean, it would damage both it and the monkey if
yes,
they're separate creatures.
They are technically separate creatures, but
it damages both of them.
Yes. And that was also true of Burning Hands and something else from earlier.
Yeah, and then for his bonus action,
Plane of Fire?
Yeah, the Paulette. Yeah.
And then for his bonus action, he is going to armor up, use a little defensive field, so he gets 5 temporary hit points.
Okay.
For when he immediately gets smacked again with acid.
Claire, what would you like to do?
Oh, we're back at my turn, huh?
Yes.
Hang on, let me check the action. I don't think casting Mage Armor is a bonus action, because I don't want to give up my action for this Witch Bolt, which did so well.
Yeah, Mage Armor is an action.
Is an action.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm just going to keep Witch Bolting it. I've got hit points.
Okay.
I would also back up.
That's a 2.
2
Not very
damage?
great.
Okay.
2 damage.
Hey,
That truth hitting her in the forehead disoriented her a little bit, but she is also going to take Issa's advice and move so that she's a little bit less obvious of a target. Maybe around someone who has a better armor class than she does.
Someone who has 20 armor class and is already trying to beat this thing to death.
Okay.
Yeah, she'll move behind Clangley.
Okay.
Generally speaking, it is a good idea for Clangley to be in between anything that's attacking us and the rest of the party.
Okay, let's see if the wet noodle recharges.
The what?
Is that what it's called?
That is what it's called.
That's incredibly. That's a hilarious name.
Dangle Monkey and the Wet Noodle. My favorite ska band.
That's amazing. I'm sorry. That's hilarious. Okay.
Okay. So let's see. What does it want to do? It will ask Issa to make a strength save. As it's Zelda mid-water temple boss. Acid tendril comes out and slaps her.
That's a 2.
Okay.
What's its reach? This thing's creepy.
Oh, it's got crazy long reach. Yeah.
No, this is a really well-designed creature, honestly.
So 13 acid damage, and you're pushed back 10 and knocked prone.
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm not quite bloodied.
Okay. Wynne.
having seen Issa just get, thrown, and you said you're not quite bloody?
Not quite.
Hmm. E- I guess, yeah, when,
It helps on a scale of about, I don't know, 0 to 31. I'm feeling about an 18 now.
Oh, okay.
The scale we all use.
Yeah. I think for right now, Wynne's gonna cast, Flaming Sphere.
Okay.
And, yeah. So, big old ball of fire is gonna pop up right next to the wet noodle, and it's gonna have to make another deck save.
Okay.
Is the creature called a wet noodle?
No, the creature is a trapper hot spring. Its ability is called wet noodle.
I'm gonna keep calling it the wet noodle.
You can keep calling it the wet noodle. That's perfect.
I was gonna go with gel razor.
I got a 16 on my deck save.
That
I
saves.
got it.
Okay, so it saves.
Yeah, so I guess it only takes 2 damage.
Okay.
My spear is gonna stay right there.
Yeah, just cooking it.
Yeah. And then Wynne's gonna move closer to Issa to hopefully heal her on her next turn.
Okay, perfect. And speak of, it is her turn.
We're gonna see how it likes cold damage and hit it with the Ray of Frost.
Okay.
Dice is not rolling great. Does a 14 hit it?
Yes, 14 does hit.
Okay. 9 points of cold damage. Also going to ask it to make another deck save.
12 on the deck save.
Is going to take full fire damage this turn.
Ooh. Crap.
Is 9 fire damage. And Issabel is going to shout, "Emerald, you have a gun! Help!"
Yeah, where's Maddie on all this? She was like totally gung-ho about fighting this stupid thing.
The problem is, Maddie is putting on her armor, and that takes like 10 minutes. She's like, "I'm coming!" Like, Emerald is like they exude like kind of like cool gunslinger, but now they're like digging through their backpack, like, oh, fuck, where the fuck is my gun? Bits has appeared and just has a big dagger, and he's like, "I'm ready."
Good job, Bits. Remind me to make Emerald a holster.
They have one.
Why are you not using it?
Very unsafe.
They're
You
panicking.
could just keep it in a bag, loose.
Okay.
It's like Ash all over again.
Just hand someone your gun.
Was it the monkey?
Okay. The monkey took some damage as well, yes. It's the
I'm just thinking about...
monkey's turn. The dangler monkey. It's not close enough to punch anybody, so it's going to throw rocks again.
Aren't I right next to this thing?
I thought you said you got closer, but not next to it.
Let's say I'm right next to
Okay.
it.
It's going to punch it twice then. 23 to hit.
Why do I even have armor class? Yes, that hits.
Okay. For 6 bludgeoning damage, and then the second attack is a miss.
Oh, it gets a second attack.
Yeah, it gets 2 attacks. The first one was very good. The second one was very mediocre.
That's all you got? Thankfully, I have temporary hit points, so it wasn't so bad. I'd like to cast Fist.
Okay.
It's time to spank this monkey! And Clangley is completely unaware of the implications of that phrase, as he is going to try and punch this monkey.
Okay.
Not even a real monkey!
It screams in its eldritch horror language. No, I'm not.
That's
the trick.
7 plus 8. That's a 15 for the first attack.
Is it hit?
I'm trying to figure out the mechanics of this. Okay, so no, I'm going to use Thunder Gauntlets for the first one.
Okay.
So it is disadvantage on attack rolls against creatures other than me until the start of my next turn.
Okay.
And that is 10 points of damage for the punch. And I'm going to give it another punch with my other gauntlet.
Okay.
That is a 20...
Oh,
yep, there's one.
That's a lot. That's a high number.
In the middle of meeting DINK.
And we're back. Clangley, you were punching it.
Yes, and I'd like to punch it. I'd like to punch it again, and I rolled a 24.
Okay, that's a hit.
So with my first punch, I use the Thunder Gauntlet, which makes it weird and bad.
It is disadvantage.
Yes. And for my second one, I'd like to use the Necrotic Gauntlet.
Okay.
And this does necrotic damage instead, first of all.
Mm-hmm.
As you see Clangley's fist, like his other fist, kind of cloaks itself in a black kind of energy. And it sort of, when it hits, it kind of decays the thing it's hitting a little bit. Or that's 12 points of necrotic damage on the monkey, because he's targeting the monkey.
Oh, okay.
So that's 10 thunder, 12 necrotic. And the monkey has disadvantage on saving throws until the start of its next turn. Or sort of my next turn.
Okay. The monkey...
and I use my armor thing again, so I get another 5 temporary hit points.
Okay. The monkey will... with that... you punch this monkey. It kind of goes slack, and it just kind of... Again, it's only like half a monkey. Like the bottom half, it's like a McDonald's toy. It just kind of ends. Like it's just flat and kind of monocolor and gross. And it's just kind of floating now on top of the hot spring. And the hot spring undulates in a way where it's like clearly upset. And it's going to send out tendrils to attack everyone. As a reaction.
Oh, good.
I don't know if the effects would apply to the thing that wasn't the monkey.
Let's see. 17 to hit Clangley.
Nope.
14 to hit Wynne.
Yeah.
Okay. 12 to hit Claire.
That is exactly my armor class.
And 12 to hit Issa.
No.
Okay, perfect. So Claire and Wynne, you take goes the dangler monkey. You take 7 acid damage. Okay. Emerald has their gun. So they'll attack with their gun. They will miss.
Yes.
You missed. How could you miss? It was 3 feet in front of you.
Disappointment is immeasurable.
Wait, they get a second attack. That one hits.
Oh, good.
Great.
There we go.
Yeah,
You have to turn reloading.
they fan like the revolver, and it's just wild. And yeah, one hits, but you're just like, are you kidding? It's a big flat thing. How did you miss?
Not moving.
Literally missing the ground.
I don't usually aim at the ground. I usually aim at a thing.
We're gonna have to build you a firing range. This is unacceptable.
Accurate, John. They are not. Okay. Bits pulls out a wicked dagger and says, I'm trying to think of a stupid catchphrase for Bits. That's a hit. Bit this! Okay. And Matilda's just like, oh, fuck. They have like, she has like her breastplate on and just pulls out her greatsword and charges it. Trips. Critical miss.
Oh,
Oh dear.
It is not the supporting cast's day, except Bits. Bits is having a time.
I've been here the whole time!
It's just going all God of War on this creature.
Up, Marty got it. Chop you to bits.
Chop you to bits. That's a good one. Or slice you to pieces, in keeping with my goblins. Don't say the thing they're actually named for. Claire, it is your turn.
How hurt is this thing?
It's pretty hurt. It's pretty hurt,
Okay.
but it's mad that you killed its dangler monkey, so it's not running away.
I'm not... Because I kind of want to put a curse on it, but also, like... If we're just going to kill this thing in the next round before it even gets a chance to attack us again... I'm not sure. But also, bestowing curse will require me to get closer to it, so... I'm going to move out of range of its nearest attacks, but still close enough for me to keep just witch bolting it.
Okay, perfect.
God, 5!
Okay.
This D12 sucks!
Yeah, I love a D12, but it'll betray you.
Alright, well that's all Claire can do.
Okay. The hot spring's gonna chomp down on Clangley. 20 to hit.
It succeeds.
Okay.
This thing is destroying me.
It, basically folds itself in half up and then clomps down on Clangley and bites twice. It misses the second time somehow, but it bites twice before kind of, pulling back off of you, Clangley. And you're all shiny now. Like, you got a good acid rinse. So take 13 acid damage, but you're not dirty.
Oh, least I'm not dirty, although I am bloodied. Clangley's wires are probably exposed now, the ones in his leg. Like, it's just, his leg is just super fucked up now.
So shield is an artificer spell. I just looked that up.
Hmm?
So shield is also an artificer spell.
Yeah, it's annoying because I don't get like all the battle artificer gets it, but I don't get it.
Well, can't you just take it though? Isn't it just on the spell list?
I probably should do that. It's actually not, weirdly enough.
Okay, that's weird because then I get it. So they don't give it to the melee artificer, but like the two ones that hang back at a distance get it.
Yeah.
That's...
I wanted to make it balanced by taking away a really useful... And they gave me Thunderwave and Shatter. I have both of those.
Well, one's ranged.
No, they're both 10 feet radius.
No, Shatter is...
They're both 10 feet.
Yeah, but Shatter you pick a point within 60 feet.
Oh.
And then it's a 10-foot radius.
Okay. So it's like a baby fireball.
Yeah. I like Shatter. But it's... I can see what you mean, that it is... Shatter and Thunderwave is...
redundant.
They're doing very similar things. Okay. There's that. So it is... Wynne's turn.
Okay. Oh, so is my flaming spear still up?
Oh, yes. Does it take
Okay,
that
so
damage
then-
on its turn?
I think it has to make another... Yeah, at the end of its turn, it makes another deck save, I think.
It will fail its deck save.
Yeah.
You have to love an encounter that you can just park a flaming spear on top of.
So it gets another 4 points of damage.
Okay.
Slowly but surely wailing away on this thing.
Yep.
Okay, and for your turn, Wynne.
Wynne will cast Cure Wounds at first level on Issa.
Okay.
That's what she was going to do before. She really did it on Clangley, but she's being very stubborn because she moved to get to Issa. Oh. So you're going to take back 5 points of healing.
Very helpful, thank you.
Problem. Happy to help.
Now go heal Clangley.
I'm not going to say fine, but, you know...
Okay.
I have mending, but mending takes 10 minutes.
Talked about this. It's like different. Restoring like a life force for a Warforged is different from like fixing their physical body. I think is what we decided.
Issabel.
We've been throwing a whole bunch of different elemental damages at it. Has it reacted more strongly to any of them?
No, so you don't think it's resisted or been vulnerable to anything you've thrown at it. So there's been thunder, fire, lightning,
Been thunder,
ice.
fire, lightning, and frost.
Yeah.
Alright. It's gonna cast a gun then.
Yeah, maybe it's normal type. No, it didn't take any more damage from Clangley's punches.
To be fair, he did use Thunder Punch.
Yes,
17?
and then Death Punch. That's a hit. 17's a hit.
One punch, clang.
Rolled a 2, so that's 6 points of piercing damage. And it also needs to make another deck save.
13 for its deck save.
That matches the DC, so... Seven fire damage.
Okay. That will... that will kill the Trapper Hot Spring. So it will kind of flail up before shriveling, and then just kind of get slowly, as if it were made of water, as if it were actually made of water, kind of melt into the ground, and the ground just appears wet where it was.
So there's no like physical remains left of this thing?
No. So the monkey and the trapper thing dissolve kind of into wet ground. So it's affecting the earth.
Digested itself.
It does kind of look like that.
Claire is going to like cry out in frustration and then uncork a bunch of stoppers, muttering about how she doesn't even get to dissect this thing. Giant waste of my time, waste of my spells, waste of my health.
Issabel's going to stand up because she never stood up after getting knocked prone, walk 5 feet to the actual hot spring, and then just face first into it.
Yeah. You can see Bits is already in it, and Matilda takes off the little bits of armor she put on, and she's just so mad, and she has to basically ice her knee now, or she's gonna heat her knee, so she gets in the water. And Emerald just goes off and sets up a target, and they start just target practice.
Good.
Okay, I have a gun. Maybe I should learn how to use it.
Adding marksman lessons to your itinerary.
Yeah.
Clangley just kind of limps around for a bit.
Wynne will go heal him.
Okay.
He's gonna cast Cure Wounds at level 3.
Thank you. How much does that heal?
3d8.
Plus...
Hang on. Oh, wow. 8 plus 6 is...
14.
14. That's 19. Plus 3 is 21.
Nice.
You said... what?
21 total.
21
Okay.
points.
I did... Okay, and then another 7. That puts me at 1 short of max. Thank you very much. Clangley looks a lot better, and his demeanor has changed, but his leg is still massively messed up, so he just kind of sits down and starts the process of preparing it. He takes it off first, obviously, because he does that and doesn't seem to understand why that might bother people, but he does it anyways.
I'm fine with it.
Yeah, Claire has no problem. In fact, once she's done collecting samples, she'll come over and lend some mending.
Issabel would help, but she is face first in a hot spring right now.
There's some bubbles coming up. It's like...
Yeah. You kind of float by Matilda, who's just screaming underwater. All the monkeys kind of gather around you and are all and it's not been very long, so Wynne can still speak with animals. They're all you killed the false hot spring.
If this starts another cult, I swear to God, Andy.
Monkey cult.
All hail.
All hail Tall Punch!
All hail.
Finish it off.
I mean, it looked like you finished it off. You were standing next to it.
You were standing right next to it.
That's all the monkeys know about.
That's Kyros logic right there.
All LDI streams are a flat circle.
It sometimes
Turns
is a
out-
fake hot spring that tries to eat you.
Anyways, I'm
Starting
glad that
cult.
the monkeys are happy.
Yeah,
Starting
no,
cult wasn't a Tarbeck thing, it was a Dan thing.
but they are all very happy for all of you. They bring you fruit. They tell you where they'll tell you where the best fruit trees are in the area.
Ooh.
And they bring you a bunch of fruit that you could use to. I mean, you could use it to obviously eat or start an orchard kind of thing. But yeah, so they do that, and then they kind of just get back in the hot springs and luxuriate. Eventually,
Monkeys.
Emerald and Matilda both calm down a little bit. They start to do other prep work. Bits has like started to try and build like a water gathering system for the carbonated mineral spring nearby, to pump the water from that. But yeah, so what would you all like to kind of prioritize doing for as you start to set up the camp?
For a second, I was about to say that Clangley tries to build a geothermal plant, but then I realized how insane that is, like, and not possible.
That's not an afternoon project.
It's not an afternoon project.
Not.
You could certainly start to gather supplies for it. Because I know, Issa also said something about having the ice beaver can help with a hydro plant as well. Yeah, look, you'll need to generate power in some capacity. So I'm not saying you can't do that. I'm just saying, tell me you're going to do that, and then, in several weeks' time, having built that.
Well, Clangley, after the initial shelter is set up, Clangley, we'll probably instruct some people to, like, clear a small area for, like, an orchard, which honestly is probably not going to take that long because we are in a clearing. And then he will start collecting supplies for a hypothetical geothermal plant, because where there are hot springs, there's going to be some kind of volcanic vent, and if they can find it, they can probably harness it for power.
Generator. Okay. Wynne?
Wynne will probably interface with the hot spring monkeys some more, just to get a better general understanding of the area, and like mark off a few more places to put like farmland, and like start prep work on going out further than this to like the mountains and stuff.
Okay, yeah, perfect. So yeah, using your speak with animals between the hot spring monkeys, Queen Zapsaps is still around, so whenever she kind of appears, she can also help. So you can add a bunch of stuff to your book about the area. So now when you make nature checks or survival checks in this kind of zone, you have advantage on them.
Nice.
So yeah, but you find what you would think would be great kind of farmland. You find a bunch of natural orchards that you could cultivate and kind of expand, like sort of with a there's like a specific term for it, but it's like the native plants only kind of way of like, you're not like bringing in a bunch of invasive plant species. You're kind of cultivating that area, so you can start to do that. And yeah, the kind of exploring and mapping the area very well. Claire
Claire is kind of toddling around other people, doing little odd jobs that she can help out with mage hand and mending. Because nothing's dead, and so there's not really a whole lot to do.
Okay.
Nothing so far.
We'll get there.
And Issa.
Probably initial camp construction duty, like pop-up workshop for her and Bits, shelter for everyone else.
Okay. Okay, yeah, so using your supplies, you start to build a slightly more permanent camp. Matilda goes off at some point to set up like one of those relay stations that you all set up earlier, kind of doing it like basically they do it on the top of the rocks, like at a kind of not where all the monkeys fled to. She's like, well, let me leave that for them. But like at a slightly lower point, so it's kind of, but it's elevated and kind of can project any like sound or radio waves. It has to, basically. So she'll do that. Emerald is, as before, kind of organizing things, setting things up, trying to set up their own little area and everyone else's stuff, generally helping. Let me think. Okay. So, you all will do that over the next couple of days. I'm trying to think what else. Long-term goals, or those are sort of a lot of the long-term goals. Do you all want to explore the area at all? You're at the foot of the mountains. You're near the ocean, a river, some woods you haven't been fully in yet. Is there anything you all would want to kind of look for or prioritize finding?
At a certain point, Claire does kind of get bored. Because she left like a lot of her other experiments back at the other camp, mostly just for sake of convenience. So she stays away from like the river and the water and the ocean, but she'll like start poking around in the forest looking for dead things.
Okay, yeah.
She'll bolt at like the first sign of any other monster, but if it's dead, she's interested in it.
Okay. Cork will follow most times you leave. And occasionally ask sort of vaguely philosophical questions. They don't really expect answers necessarily. They just they're almost just like thinking aloud. And it's a lot about like the fragility of a mortal shell kind of stuff. Like, what, like, why, like, what is this and why? Why do you break? Like, who allows that?
I don't know who, but we break because we haven't found anything stronger yet.
You know, that makes them quiet for like a long time. As you are exploring,
Oh boy, would we have different answers for that question.
Cork will have to ask other people at some point.
We don't break, we just change.
Cork will stay quiet after that too. Cork's little head just kind of bursts, puts itself back together. Why? As you're exploring, you come across a very small, iridescent danger glade. It's much smaller than the other one. It's like 10 feet square, basically. But otherwise, it's pretty much the same. It's that everything in it is shimmering. You almost like thought it was like a trick of the light at first, but you find a very small version of it.
There's an angry chicken made of moss nearby.
I am Prince Moss.
So Claire's going to start performing comparison experiments almost immediately. She didn't bring a lot of her experiments, but she did bring some spare bones. Just she has like a couple of like small animal knuckle bones. So she'll pull out one that has already been in the danger glade, and then she'll pull out another one that hasn't. She's going to stick the one that hasn't been in the danger glade and wait until it's charged, and then start making comparisons between the two of them, and she'll repeat that experiment over and over and over again with various things, just to see if there are any like compositional differences between this one and the one that's closer to their camp.
Okay, yeah, give me an Arcana check.
Ooh. There's the poor roll. That's still not bad. It's a 13.
Okay. 13. So, functionally, and by all of your tests and theories, they are the same. Like, it is producing the same results. But with a 13, perhaps you don't quite notice right away. The more stuff you put in the glade, the bigger the glade gets. Like, it is slowly expanding. The other one, it was probably doing the same thing, but it was so much bigger that it's kind of hard to tell that it's growing by centimeters or, inches. But this one, because it's a lot smaller and contained, you can tell, my foot wasn't in it before, and now it is. Kind of thing.
Huh. Can I tell if the various different things that I put in it are having a marked difference depending on what they are?
Yeah, so the more organic in nature it is, the faster it will grow.
So, do I think that
that's like, if it was like bones make it grow faster than like rocks, or like sticks make it grow faster than rocks.
So is this thing like taking organic material and replacing it with residuum in kind of like a weird equivalent exchange kind of thing?
Yeah. Yes.
Interesting. That's kind of what was happening to Fred. So over-encompassing scientific theories are beginning to form themselves in Claire's mind. Also, she doesn't tell you about the glade right away. Like, she just noted that she's just going in and out of the forest every day. And suddenly she's got a lot more residuum bones than you initially thought she had.
As far as we're concerned, I think that's just normal Claire behavior.
Like, if you ask her about it, she's not gonna lie, but she's also not gonna, like, come out and tell you that this is what's happening.
Okay. So that's what Claire is doing. Anybody else doing anything specific or in particular before we wrap up the episode? Otherwise, I've noted what we're all planning to do, and we'll, when we come back, which I'll talk about a little bit, we'll pick up with a little bit of a time accelerated. Okay. But yeah, Clangley, you do indeed find like what you would consider like the ideal spot for like a geothermal kind of generator thing. Like the hottest hot spring, and kind of tapping into the heat around the springs. The monkeys are kind of around and happy to have you all aren't disturbing them really. They mostly are just like interested in whatever you're building, like just kind of like it's like entertainment for them now. This channel's boring, so they'll like turn around to like look at Emerald shooting the gun. They're like, okay. Turn around to look at Wynne, foraging. Okay. Okay. So that's it for this episode. Outros and plugs. Dan.
Hi, I'm Dan. This is a reminder to always be good to the environment and don't murder random wildlife. But if you do see a large gel creature that disguises itself as a hot spring in order to eat monkeys, you can kill it. You're allowed to. It's a law. I'm a law student. I know that this is a law. specifically that thing and only that thing you are allowed to keep. This is a joke, by the way, Amazon. Terms of service. It's a joke, just to be clear.
For legal purposes, this is a joke.
Yes.
Do not actually advocate the murder of any real-life, false, fake magical pawns on this channel.
Liz.
Hi, I'm Liz. I would also advocate for maybe not totally killing false fake pawns, but I mean, if you really need to, I'm not gonna stop you. What am I gonna do? You do you, bud.
Maybe just don't go near it if you see that. As a matter of fact, just like it's a horror beyond all human comprehension. So just like don't tell anyone you saw it either. Just leave.
You have to report it to some X-Files, Black Ops conspiracy government thing, but, you know.
Well, yeah, that's our other campaign.
Mira.
I'd actually argue against not telling anybody. See, you don't necessarily have to interact or interface with it, but if you see it, you absolutely should start a cryptid podcast. Like, if you have a legitimate experience, capitalize on that shit. You get so many sponsors. Holy shit.
Wouldn't it suck if you just saw
Squarespace.
one cryptid and then nothing ever like happened to you?
That's just
paranormal
actual
ever again?
cryptid sightings.
Yeah,
though.
you know, that's one to get abducted by UFOs once, / see Sasquatch. And then that's it. You're never going to find
If you put enough ad breaks
Sasquatch.
in there, you can get 60 episodes out of it at least.
Nice.
And people would listen to it.
You can have people call in, tell their experiences with the Trapper Pond. Harry's
Trapper
Razors
Pond.
will be all over it.
Oh, absolutely. Casper mattresses, they eat that shit up.
And you too can get your first free Audible book with audible.com/laughingdragon, and that's not a thing.
Hashtag not sponsored.
No, hashtag not sponsored, but I'll take your money, Audible. I'm a subscriber. Jay.
Hi, I'm Jay. Don't be an emerald. If you're going to own a firearm, practice gun safety and practice using that firearm. Become competent with it and comfortable. Don't just carry it to look cool, because then you're a dummy.
They're going to have an arc. It's going to be cool. It's going to be fine.
Gun safety arc. That's amazing.
We have Emerald's gun safety arc. We have Claire's slowly growing hydrophobia. It's going to be great.
Hi, everybody.
Porcelain's main purpose is holding water. It's like she's made of bowl.
Play D&D with your friends. Practice gun safety. Everything we talked about. Report create a podcast.
Did Mira get a shout out?
I did, yes.
Oh,
I
you
talked
did?
about the podcast.
The podcast,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
That was my
did I
plan
skip
to start a podcast.
I wouldn't be surprised if I skip someone. I'm not good at this. I've only been doing it for almost a year. That's right?
Yeah, almost
That's right.
Almost a year.
Pretty sure.
Almost a year.
40 months.
I don't know. Time doesn't mean anything anymore.
No, it does not.
That is true.
Speaking of time, we're going to take a little break. There's an episode on Sunday for Dragon Lords. And then Gracefall and formerly Star Chasers, soon to be Shattered Kingdoms, will take about a month break. We'll be back in July. Follow us on Twitter. I will post updates then. And /or if something were to delay this, I will almost certainly post an announcement here or on YouTube in a little video thing. But yeah, that's it. Be safe, be kind. The world continues to suck. It just every day you wake up and you think it can't get worse, and then it does.
And it does.
So please be kind to your friends, your family, your loved ones. They need you more than ever. That's it. Don't be a dick. Bye, everybody.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.